Greetings viewers, once again, welcome. It's been a while. I hope you are all well. I hope you are still sanitizing, wearing those masks. Yes, it's been a while. Yes, will the pain ever go? I am your daily servant, the harmless wisdom Phili. I'm back again on your screens with a story for a lady. Maybe we know the lady. A lady called Fiso Banda. Yes, Mavodlozomkhulu. When we sent out an invitation, she heard that we need stories. She said I could not be a victim of death. Hence, I'll just go out there and share the story, my story with the world. The lady that we'll be talking of today, yes, I lost two people weeks apart. Yes, let's quickly go into detail. Will the pain ever go? I'll read her story as usual. I wrote it down. Please don't get annoyed as I'll be turning my hand up, down, and up. If you are new, please click the subscription button so that every time I post a video, you will be notified. Fiso has this to say. My mother got sick in February 2019. She was taken into ICU. I and my aunt, we went to see her, and I traveled from South Africa to Zimbabwe. She was admitted at UPH. Upon seeing her on the first day, upon arriving when I was coming from South Africa, I found out that she was on ICU. My aunt accompanied me to see her visitation. My aunt volunteered to go with me at my home. She stayed at her place, but on that particular night, after seeing that my mother was in a bad condition, she accompanied me to Lopengula, my place, where we slept together at my mother's place, right? Then at night, she started coughing. She wasn't feeling well. She said to me, "Give me water, I'm not feeling well." Then she started vomiting. Quickly, I called an ambulance. She was taken to Hillside Hospital. I thought it was just an ordinary sickness. I thought maybe it was just amakhaza. I am genile. Little did I know. Before we slept on that particular night, I was so tired. Remember, I said I had traveled from South Africa to go and see my mother. As I said, she was on ICU. My aunt said, "Let's sing." She sang those two long songs. She prayed a very long prayer, and I should admit, I was somehow annoyed because I was so tired. She could not make it that night. She was taken to the hospital, as I have said. Then in the hospital, I left her there. So what I did in the morning, I'll go and visit him, then quickly ran to UPH where my mother was admitted. I got back home. On the following morning, I was told that she was normal. And I thought we're here to attend to my mother who was not feeling well. Things changed. My aunt, the one who was strong, is the one who just died. We buried him. To cut the long story short, that was 12 February 2019. 5 days down the line, my mother still there at UPH. The doctor told us when we were doing the visitation that I have done everything that I could. Please take this person back home. If ever there was a day in my life I cried, it was on that day, because she was not good at all. She was not well at all. She was so sick. She could not even be discharged using a wheelchair. She was discharged by a stretcher bed because she was that sick. I was then like, how can someone be discharged in that condition? I tried asking the doctor. All they said was, "We are now saying go and do what we call a home-based care." The thoughts came into my mind. I am a single woman. I have children. I have to work for my kids. Meaning to say now, I have to stop everything that I'm doing in South Africa and relocate to Zimbabwe because my mother was in a bad state. I was so worried. I could not help it but cried and cried. Well, as they had done that, we hired a taxi. She was taken back home. I really never thought she would maybe pass away or something. I was worried about the fact that now everything has to stop and the doctors have failed to assist. As we all know, we all go to the hospitals, we take our sick ones to the hospital, having a hope that they will recover. To cut the long story short, one more time, we arrived home around 7:30. All the people were there because they've been alarmed about this situation that has just happened. We sang, we prayed. I remember I had bought a very nice pink night dress for her so that she can use it. Little did I know that she was going to wear it for the first and the last time. Around 7 p.m. on the 19th of April, on that very same day, my mother rested. The reason why I'm writing this story to you is people will never understand. I have been asking myself as well, when I saw the program, will the pain ever go? All I can say, the pain for now is still there. Well, I do not know whether the pain will go or not. But one thing that I know, the pain is still there, but the pain gets some, like the frequency of the pain, you get used to this pain. It's one wound that we will live with. So people will never understand. How can a big woman like me be crying over mama? People cannot understand that because we had this kind of a bond. We did not only have that bond, she was my friend. So what I can say is death affects people, even if you are old, even if you are young, even if no one will ever be grown enough for the fact to accept a thing called death. I was affected one way, but one thing that I've come to understand, one thing that I've come to appreciate is that sometimes life takes you through a learning curve. Sometimes life puts you in a school so that you can learn something. My mother died on that February 19, my aunt February 12. Then 1 year later, when I was telling myself, you know what, now I'm gaining the strength, I am over this, my brother, the second born, also passed away. Will the pain ever go? As I've said, life puts us through a school. It was a school to me. I learned it. Of course, it's painful, but Jesus stands by my side. May the good Lord bless us all. So one thing that you also appreciate, Ugufa affects the old, the senile, the young, the rich, the poor, the bold and the beautiful were all affected by death. But the point I want you to take home is a school. It's an examination. Write it and pass it. May the Lord bless you till we meet again next Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Amen.